My favorite Disney movie is Fox and the Hound.
My favorite Disney movie as a child was Mulan.
Fox and the Hound taught me that even if creatures are completely different from each other and have different backgrounds, they can still get along and be friends.
That movie impacted me because it taught me that growing up, girls don't always have to do the girly things like dressing up and doing your hair and doing your nails. It taught me that it's okay to not be girly, just to do things that girls normally wouldn't do.
Disney movies helped me realize that my dreams could be a reality. It made me have more ambitions and life goals.
Disney movies impacted me as a kid because it taught me that life can be hard and that some decisions you make are going to be more difficult than others, but it taught me that there are easy ways to get through it, and sometimes it's okay to go back to being a child because being an adult isn't fun.
When I was younger, I used to watch that movie a lot, and I was an only child, so it taught me to be creative and to be adventurous and do things on my own.
As children, we grew up wanting adventure and our own happy ending. That's why we appeal to cartoons, various shows and movies, to try and live someone else's dreams instead of our own dull lives. One of the more known cartoonists is Walt Disney, a grown-up who remained a kid.
Walter Elias Disney was born on December 5, 1901 in Chicago, Illinois. His father was Elias Disney, an Irish-Canadian, and his mother, Flora Call Disney, who was of German-American descent. Walt was one of 5 children, 4 boys and a girl. After Walt was born, the Disney family moved to Marceline, Missouri, where Walt lived out most of his childhood. In his childhood is where he began to develop an interest in drawing. Even as he got older, his hobby never faded. In high school, Walt continued his passions by taking drawing and photography classes. At night, he attended the Academy of Fine Arts to better his drawing abilities. Though the Disney family wasn't quite prosperous, they continued to move and soon ended up in Kansas City. There, Walt continued to pursue his passions, even getting to acting and performing comical skits at local theaters.
Mr. Jack Benny is here to see you.
Jack Benny? Send him in. Wonder what he wants.
Well, I thought he was still mad at you for not using him in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
I finally got through to him. It was a cartoon.
During the fall of 1918, Disney attempted to enlist for military service, but was ultimately rejected since he was only 16 years old at the time. Instead, Walt joined the Red Cross and was sent overseas to France, where he spent a year driving an ambulance. His ambulance was covered, not with stock camouflage, but with Disney cartoons. Walt wanted to pursue a career in commercial art, which soon led to his experiments in animation. He started to create the Alice comedies, about a real girl in an animated world. When suddenly, Walt ran out of money, and his company, Laugh-O-Grams, went bankrupt.
Well, I don't think it's so funny. No.
Walt was very lucky to have siblings. Thanks to his brother, Roy O. Disney. He was already in California, pitied Walt while giving him encouragement. He also had $250, so that was a plus. Pulling their resources, they borrowed an additional $500 and set up shop in their uncle's garage. Soon, they received an order from New York for the first Alice in Cartoonland, aka the Alice Comedies, and the brothers expanded their production to the rear of a Hollywood real estate office. It was Walt's enthusiasm, imagination, and never-ending perseverance that took him straight to the top. On July 13, 1925, Walt married one of his first employees, Lillian Bounds, in Lewiston, Idaho. Later on, they would be blessed with 2 daughters, Diane and Sharon. 3 years after Walt and Lily wed, Walt created a new animated character, Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse, originally supposed to be Mortimer Mouse, is basically Disney's face. Thus, Mickey Mouse made a screen debut in Steamboat Willie, the world's first synchronized sound cartoon, which premiered at the Colony Theater in New York on November 18, 1928. Walt Disney held the patent for Technicolor for 2 years, allowing him to make the only color cartoons, giving him a big advantage. It was Walt's big break, as he voiced Mickey in the first cartoons of Mickey Mouse.
Oh, it's you, huh?
Yeah, it's me, I guess.
All alone.
On December 21st, 1937, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the first full-length animated musical feature, premiered at the Carthay Theater in Los Angeles. The film produced at the unheard cost of $1,499,000 during the depths of the Depression. The film is still considered one of the great feats and imperishable monuments of the motion picture industry. During the next 5 years, Walt Disney Studios completed other full-length animated classics such as Pinocchio, Fantasia, Dumbo, and Bambi. Walt also became a television pioneer. Disney began television production in 1954 and was among the first to present full-color programming with his Wonderful World of Color in 1961. In 1966, Disney was diagnosed with lung cancer. He died on December 15, 1966, at the age of 65. You can design and create and build the most wonderful place in the world, but it takes people to make the dream a reality. Walt Disney followed his dreams, and he turned out to be very successful because of it. He never gave up, nor did he back down. When a chance came, he jumped for it. Because of this, he created movies that will never be forgotten. Disney will live on.